What is going on YouTube? Hayden back making another brand new Crypto TV episode. In today's video, we are going to be looking at XRP, Ethereum, Bitcoin, Solana, as well as the S&P 500. As you guys know, we are still doing our crypto coin display giveaway. As you guys can see on the screen, it's a $125 crypto coin display that I have in my videos. All you have to do to enter to win one of these is comment your favorite cryptocurrency down below, as well as comment subscribed. Do those two things and you will be entered, and we will be picking the winner next week on Sunday, as well as today we will be picking this week's winner in the rest of today's video. More importantly, what we're going to be looking at in today's episode is the recent trends that are forming within crypto. As we know, once again, we are still stuck within a consolidative state within most of the major cryptocurrencies, as we are retesting price ceilings and all, the trend lines and top resistances. So we will be figuring out how much longer this is going to take, what our preps and what our plans are for this movement in the very near future, hopefully today or tomorrow. But otherwise, if you guys are new to the channel, definitely make sure to subscribe, turn on post notifications, smash the like button for the YouTube algorithm, and let's jump into today's episode. All right, guys, a few things to cover. I don't know where you guys are located. I know a lot of people are in the US, but we are experiencing Hurricane Henry, which is currently happening today. So do bear in mind if you do hear some background noise, it is because we are currently getting, the forefront of the storm, or starting to get the forefront of the storm. So let me know if you guys have actually experienced this so far, or are going to be experiencing the Hurricane Henry. If you're in maybe the New York area, New York State, closer to Long Island or New York City, let me know. Or I think it's even going upstate, closer to like Philly and stuff like that. So let me know. Very interesting, crazy stuff. It was very last minute. So yeah, feel free to comment down below. Let me know if you guys are experiencing this. Up to 70-mile-per-hour winds. It's pretty incredible and crazy. But more importantly, looking at the giveaway, because I know that's what you guys are more excited for, is obviously we did a drawing. So what I do is I pick the highest viewed video of this week, which was, I believe, yesterday's or 2 days ago. We got over, I think, 9,000 views. And as you guys can see, I entered the YouTube, URL. I filtered duplicate users because of people like triple comment. Not necessarily fair to other people, but whatever. And we got 170 unique comments. And as you guys can see, this is the new raffle winner. As you can see here, EC Bios Online. If you are in the video, definitely make sure to not only comment down below, let me know that you won, but please send me an email to cryptotvofficial@gmail.com. Send me some confirmation of whether or not this is yours. Just show me some proof that you have access to this account, as well as your address, phone number, and things like that, so I can send this over to you. Huge shout out to EC Bios for winning this week's giveaway. Remember, it's not too late to win next week's by commenting today and future videos. Now, more importantly, what we're going to be looking at in today's episode is pretty much this recent trend. A lot of people are starting to see consolidation within most of the markets here. You can see today we're pretty much down in the red, which is fine. It's only about maybe a percentage at most. And what I'm starting to notice is, yes, we are starting to have some problems retesting the top resistance levels. As you can see, clear as day here, this is the trend line. We're having problems breaking through it, and people are starting to think, oh, are we going to be breaking bullish? Are we breaking bearish? What's going on? Things of that nature. Well, I did some more research. I actually pulled up a bar chart here, which kind of shows you the percentage of whether or not to be buying into crypto, what to expect. This is the Bitcoin chart symbol here. You can see last month within Bitcoin was terrible. We saw prices just, completely trashed and correcting lower. Not really something to buy into here in the short term, because you weren't anticipating, breaks to the upside. But right now we are, starting to form higher low formations. And with that comes the fact that we are starting to, strengthen our buys day after day, which, went up from 24 to 40%. We have a lot of indicators all signaling that bullish moves are to come. And that ultimately, applies to not only Bitcoin, but the other cryptocurrencies like XRP and so on and so forth, which I do believe will all impact the market and see that swing to the upside. Now, for those here interested in the XRP charts, which is probably most of you guys, there's a few things to check out. Obviously, in regards to short-term movements, we haven't really seen much of a difference for the past couple of days, like 2 or 3 days. Long-term, there's still this clear uptrend here. We clearly had some sort of double bottom formation on the, you can see it right here, the first one and then the second one. And this has pretty much allowed us to correct to the upside. We actually broke higher than that top resistance level we had capped at $1, and it actually allowed us to float all the way up to resistance at $1.30, as well as the lower high downtrend that's forming on the coin as well. Now, what's interesting and what I'm starting to notice is just being patient and waiting for the correction to happen. As you guys know, I am no aggressive style trader on the channel because a lot of people listen to what I have to say in regards to the trades that I make. So I try not to put out aggressive trades because most people try to find the updates on videos that I post. And if I'm posting daily updates, an aggressive trade might only be a couple of hours, which is why I recommend, if you're interested in stuff like that, joining our Patreon and joining our Discord, where you can talk about crypto outside of YouTube. But we try to keep the trades fairly conservative on the YouTube channel because of the amount of people that get influenced by this, which I understand. Now, the lower high formations that are forming here, consistently, we are starting to see some problems. Obviously, they are, lower high formations consistent with the charts, which is allowing us to correct lower and lower and lower. I do believe that we are going to be breaking through here fairly soon. Now, it really depends on how we look at this. Long term, I'm very bullish on most of these cryptocurrencies towards the end of 2021 into 2022. Very bullish. I think any investment right now in the next couple of months will do very well on these cryptocurrencies. But more importantly, what we're looking at here is the short term. We're starting to see a really good possible trade formation. You can see we're creating higher lows as prices are starting to tweak upwards. We can look at the weeklies to basically better help ourselves. I mean, the monthly looks okay, no longer overbought. You can see the weekly here looks okay as well, actually starting to reverse downwards, not necessarily a great sign. You can see actually on the weekly charts, we're starting to see a bigger symmetrical triangle formation here, which will probably fill in the gap here. Obviously, nobody wants to wait till, September or October or even November till the end of this movement here, but we could still see some big plays. Obviously, it'd be great if we saw us break through our capped resistance at $1.30, but there is that possibility that we could see potentially correcting to the downside, which would obviously enter us into a short market. But it depends on how we pretty much, play around with this market. We're creating lower highs here. Consider this, guys. This is a new lower high to where we've been moving to. So we may not, experience that breakout just yet. And if we are going to, we have to look at the other crypto indicators to pretty much signal when we're going to be doing so. Obviously, it goes without saying that if you guys are waiting to buy in for a long, which obviously I'm waiting for, you have to wait for the confirmation breach above $1.30. Like, it doesn't matter how the rest of these markets trade out. I would not touch XRP until I see that confirmation. So if we can close the daily closer to like $1.35, $1.36, we close a daily chart up there, that would be enough confirmation and confidence for me to buy back in, leveraging it long to the upside. But we haven't done that yet. We've actually had problems here. Every time we've retested it, we've actually corrected lower, which is not a good sign. So we're waiting for, obviously, the correction above here. Once we can see a breach above that resistance, it should hopefully allow us to float up higher. That's ideally what I'm looking for. So it's going to take some time, guys. Hopefully it takes shorter. That's what we're waiting for. That's the indicator. It goes without saying. That's what I keep saying. $1.30. If we break, that's when we buy in. But, playing this maybe an unbiased route, this doesn't necessarily look like it's ready to explode just yet. We're still creating lower highs. This is a given. This is not going away. You could probably even draw some sort of Elliott wave formation. That's something else to consider. If we just grab the charts right here, I believe the Elliott wave is right here. Okay, we can do this, and we start it maybe here. We do, 1, 2, 3. We're looking for a fourth wave and a fifth wave, and then to complete this. So ultimately, if we're looking at this in the more moderate range thing, not necessarily long term, not necessarily short term, but right in the middle here, maybe towards the end of October, the way the Elliott wave formation is happening is it looks like we're waiting for some sort of potential slip back to the downside. That's pretty much where my head's at. Let me know what you guys think about this. So there's a lot of things to happen right now. Obviously, I'm getting ready to buy in if and when the markets do decide to reverse out of that. That'd be great. But I still have this potential thought that there could be a short opportunity back down to 75 cents. There is still that possibility. Now, I do say, and I always recommend looking at these other cryptocurrencies to kind of base judgment on whether or not this could potentially come true. And I do have Ethereum pulled up here. There, obviously, where is it? Ethereum likes to, or TradingView likes to delete my charts, which is fair, but I just want to draw in these supports. You can see it kind of here. I'm going to draw it to the weekly to kind of better what exactly we're dealing with. You can see this is kind of the support we're referring to. And you can kind of see how there is still some sort of symmetrical formation happening. This is only the second confirmation of what could be a correction downwards. It's not that helpful. We are still having problems here, which is something to consider as well. So once again, similar to XRP, if we can confirm a break above 30, I would literally say 3,300. We close at $3,400 and we can start to build up, maybe even 3,450. If we can close closer to 3,450, 3,500, that would be enough signal to me that we're going to continue to break bullish, because there are still some good signs. We are still creating higher lows and lower highs. So you can see each time we correct lower, it's higher than the last. And hopefully this will allow us to build up steam to break through these caps here a little bit quicker than my bearish view on the markets, but we like to play the devil's advocate. Same thing applies with Ethereum. The best indicator right now that I've seen is actually Bitcoin, believe it or not. Bitcoin, if we look at the weekly, you guys can see there's a much nicer support level here. Yes, there is still, the possibilities of seeing consolidation. We could still break bearish from, the $50,000 resistance we have and consolidate and fill into here. It's very possible. Or we use this support and break bullish again. We saw the consolidation like this, and this could send us up higher for another wave to maybe 80K and then correct back down. It's very possible to see these moves. It really just all depends on what's going to happen in the next couple of days. Obviously, this is a big time for cryptocurrency. Obviously, you can see there's still lower high formations, but we did flip bullish and we're starting to create higher highs and higher lows here, which is a very good sign for the market. And really what we're waiting for right now is, are we going to breach that resistance? If we can breach this resistance, where it's going to be a very big jump and surge of volume to the upside. Vice versa, if we can't breach through here and we actually close closer to, I would say, like 46,000, get ready to short this, because it's going to be a bumpy ride to the downside, which is very possible. It will only allow us to pretty much break even higher when we get closer to this apex right here, allow us to pump higher. But once again, everything is really just relying on how are we going to react with this top price ceiling and resistance and obviously trend line. So if we can confirm a break above Bitcoin closer to, like, I would say 50K, we close at 50K. I mean, we could play it a little higher. Let's say we close above 50K. Let's place it like that. That could really be 51. There's a little bit of resistance here. Nothing really too bad that I'm seeing. But I would say closer to like 50, in between 50 to 51. If we can close above there, there's a bigger opportunity that we're going to continue to create these higher low and higher high formations and allow us to breach through it and continue this pattern to the upside. That's ideally the goal. But if we can't close below here, or above here, sorry, and we close below it, there's going to be a breach to the downside. Obviously, big volume is going to come regardless of direction that we move to, so there's still going to be a significant trade opportunity out there. It's just waiting around to see which direction the markets are going to happen to. So really, everything is waiting on this moment of impact. How are we going to react with that? That will pretty much allow us to either buy in for a long on Bityard or short it to the downside. Lastly, Solana consolidating again, pretty much finally kind of gaining some leeway and consolidating now, which is much overdue for Solana. Let's see how this market plays out. Everything is riding on Bitcoin and XRP. Really, how is it going to play out with that resistance right here? If we can confirm a breach above there, the rest of these cryptos are going to go to the upside once again. S&P 500 looks okay. Once again, consolidating back up. I think we're going to all-time highs once again. Otherwise, it's pretty much going to wrap up today's video. If you have won the giveaway right here, EC Bios, definitely make sure to comment and email me. Otherwise, definitely make sure to comment to enter next week's giveaway, and I will see you in tomorrow's video. Peace.